All right, today we're gonna talk about pro tips in the grip. Y'all been asking me about setups and strap setups, and there's a bunch of them in the other videos specific to the move in the video, so check them out. But today I'm gonna show you a few things I like to do to get an advantage in the setup, a few things he likes to do, and we'll just go from there. One of my favorite things to do when I'm setting up is, this is in the strap also. I like to lay my thumb down about halfway. That ensures my webbing's gonna be slightly higher than his. And I'll actually turn it out just a little bit too, so that when they go to tighten the strap, it folds my hand over, even on the bad side. So say they're pulling me down, if I turn like this with it, he's turning with me, right? But I'm sliding up still.
His webbing's way higher.
Yeah.
So when he comes back to center,
it's higher, right?
way higher.
So, I mean, we can just kind of get an idea. But this is one of my favorite moves. And keep in mind when you do this, these moves I'm talking about, or these tips, you got to be subtle with them. You can't just be blatantly, you know, because the ref's gonna say something or your opponent's gonna say something to draw attention to it, and you can't get away with it as much. It's that raggedy strap. Damn, I can't pull it. All right, so as you can see, I'm not laying my thumb down, because obviously the ref's gonna be like, pick your thumb up. So I'm just kind of pushing on his hand here with my thumb with some pressure to keep me at least level with him. When they go to pull it, I'm gonna turn out, right? And I'm pushing this way. At the same time, I'm pushing my thumb down, right? So when I come back, I'm about a 1/4 inch higher than him right now. And I'll keep this pressure, you know?
And they're going to continuously, whenever he comes back, be aware of this, okay? This is what he was saying earlier. Whenever you come back to the center right here, don't go ahead and let him know that you got all that, because if you do, he's going to start complaining, lift his hand up, right? You just be subtle with it. Bring it back to center, boom, relax, okay? He's going to grip, he's going to feel okay. And right when they're about to close your hands, that's when you give them everything, let them know everything, because it's too late then.
But that's one of the major keys I found. When I show people these moves, they get to doing them, but they're all,
yeah, ain't nobody finna let that go.
you know, first thing I'm doing is carrying you to a ref grip. You know, that's what I always recommend if you don't like the grip anyway. Go to a ref grip. It's that raggedy strap, man. We need some new straps. Somebody send me a strap. One of the other moves I was thinking about was when I'm trying to get deep, right? And say this guy's running from me a little bit. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll stick these, you know, like, not really close my hand, but put me a little guard in there. You do it so they can see.
So he'll get up here, he'll be in, wrist, and he's gonna make a cup right there and push down.
Especially in the strap, when they go to tighten the strap, when they go to tighten it, and you push this down, he can't rise up in your hand, all right?
He's gonna push on this bone right here, on this thumb bone, really.
And if you want to, you can just do it with these two so it appears like, can you do that?
What?
These two? No? Your hand don't work.
My hand.
Can't do that? There you go. So it appears to one of the refs that he's got his hand open. You know what I mean? And you can do it the same way he's talking about, especially when they're tightening, because nobody cares if you're closing your hand.
Essentially, when they're tightening it up, let's say they're tightening it right now, I'm just pushing him like right there.
Because I'm trying to do this, right?
Yeah.
When they tighten it, I'm trying to rise and get back.
Ain't happening. I'm still bone-to-bone contact. Boom, boom, boom.
And again, you got to be kind of subtle with it. These moves don't work if you're just being blatantly obvious on what you're doing. That's my two favorite go-tos. One of the ones that always give me trouble with what you were doing, what we were talking about earlier, when we're setting up, especially outside the strap, because usually if me and him pulling, I got to get to a strap, and he knows that. So I try to get in here and get me a good, good wrap, And as soon as I get a good wrap, he just eases his hand over. Because a lot of times,
Essentially what I'm doing is the same thing that he was doing earlier. He's talking about my setup when I get up there with him, or basically anybody. So I'm letting them get their grip. They're trying to reach around, boom, boom, yep. And whenever they feel comfortable, all I'm gonna do really is I'm gonna squeeze this out. See how that goes out? I'm gonna squeeze that out and I'm gonna turn in a little bit. All that's gonna do is get him off the back of my hand. So I'm gonna squeeze out and I'm gonna turn in just a little bit, right? And he's gonna keep regripping, but I'm gonna force the ref to turn us out, right? So now it's either neutral or I got the advantage. And then on go, all I gotta do is just dump this, right? It could fall in the hook, but I'm still in a good position. It could fall in the top row, but I'm still in a good position.
and see, when he's doing that, the reason this move's so effective is because it's so subtle. Like when I grab and he starts doing his little pinching, you can literally watch my fingers slide around his thumb pad because he's pushing his thumb pad out, right? And I'm gonna re-grip. All this is happening while his fingers stay in the same place.
So I'm moving the back of my hand.
So I'm moving, he's moving my hand, but his hand's not moving, if that makes sense.
I'm kind of chopping, right? So if I'm here, this is not moving, this is moving just like that, right? That's pulling his fingers off the back. Just
Like, again, subtlety, you know. These are advantages that are gonna give you the slight little bit you need to get over this guy.
I think the sense of this whole situation right here we got going on is you guys are asking questions about setups, strap setups and all that, but what you're losing focus on is the actual right before it goes.
Yeah, the execution of these moves is what's important.
Correct. You get up there and if you're here and you're giving this guy everything feeling wise, like you're giving him all the pressures of what move you're about to do, you're fucking up. You're fucking up.
Yeah, you can't, you know, like I can know how to throw an excellent 1-2, but if I can't time when to throw it, it's useless. You know, I'm gonna get knocked out every time. So, you know, a lot of guys tell me, man, I felt great, you know, before they said go. That was my goal. I want you to feel comfortable. You know, I don't want you to know what I got. You know, when you get up there with another guy who knows these moves, then it's a little bit different. I don't care what he feels like, you know. But with a guy you haven't pulled before, I don't want to give anything away. You know, he might know I'm top rolling, but he don't know how. You know, he don't know if I'm gonna go straight back, counter, or if I'm gonna go over, you know, attack. So all these little things really, really help.
I've always said this, and I've always explained it like this. Right. So if we're about to fight, and you're just tense as fuck, how fast can you punch?
Yeah.
Not very fast. But if you just like straight here and you just, you know.
Oftentimes, like when I went to Tennessee, my right arm never even got a pump. And the reason is because everybody grabbed me like this, and they're, you know, so I automatically know.
Relax.
I don't do nothing.
Let the ref straighten it out.
I might actually, if he's really doing this, I might actually just go. I didn't close my hand and just let him get a couple of these in and pump his hand up. But usually I'll just look at the ref. Let's go to ref grip. And then he still don't feel nothing, you know. I'm tight all of this. My hand's doing nothing though. So right at the last minute, don't move. Then he feels it. And then all of a sudden it's a shock to him.
Oh shit.
You know, it's kind of a European style. Conserves your energy, doesn't give away what you're doing. A lot of guys don't like it because they're like, man, I felt good and I just missed the go. No, you didn't. You didn't miss the go, family. We could have pulled slow and the same thing would have happened. But it allows me to do that move to 4 or 5 more people, whereas if I got in a war with you, now I got to have a war with all these people. So
I can't tell you how many times I've beat guys that's twice as strong as me.
right?
And that's what you want in arm wrestling. Listen, if you want to be the ego lifter, right? You get up here and you want to don't expect to win a lot of matches in arm wrestling, okay? Because you got multiple people to pull.
And I can tell you, you know, that's one of the things that separates American arm wrestling from the rest of the world. Is they're more subtle with their techniques. Their techniques are a lot of times more refined. I don't think we're that far behind in strength. We just don't know how to use it to the best of our ability. You know, we get up here and we're, you know, watch Allen. I used to love to watch Allen because it was so funny.
Fisher.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah.
And watch what happens when the match stops. He don't know where to go. He just keeps, you know.
I tell you what, and you want a real good example? We used to do this when we first started training. Go over there to a cable machine, okay? Let that weight be all the way at the bottom. Get you some tension on it, right? Get some tension on it and hit, right? Then let somebody pick it up about that high and just drop it, and then you try to hit. See which one hurts worse, right? So why not do that to your opponent? You're here and drop the weight. Boom!
Well, if anybody has any boxing background whatsoever, you know that if I got it tensed up with my jab, it's slow. But if I got it loose,
Pop.
you know, it's way more effective. So, you know, work on that in practice too. I'll say this, it's painful.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't know how we
got.
got through when we first started training. Bro, we did some crazy shit.
It's stupid, really.
But I mean, it got us where we are now, you know, so we can't say it didn't work.
Oh, I would go home so many days. I think that's why I got a little knot there now. It's like permanently scarred.
By the way, do you remember this, dude? We used to practice every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. We would work out. After workouts, we would go pull. I don't know how we did it, but we did that for what, a year and a half?
I don't know how I did it because y'all was stronger than me.
Yeah.
And I'd be over there in the corner like, they're like, come on, sissy. I'm like, ah. But I remember the first time Glenn come up and waxed y'all pretty good.
Yeah.
Y'all was over there.
Yeah, we was puking.
I'm like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
But to take some of these tips though, you know, I mean, like I said, they're basic stuff that you know, you probably already seen or knew, but executing them is where you're failing, oftentimes, you know, because I've shown these in other videos. This little low hand technique, I've shown that before. I've shown this technique before, but executing it in a subtle way is the key, and not getting up here so freaking amped up that you forget what the hell you're doing.
Just relax. Look at the
Yeah.
tournament like a practice until ready to go.
I walk
When ready to go,
around,
then you take it seriously.
I literally walk around listening to like 90s rap music. I don't, because it don't hype me up, but I don't go to sleep. You know, I get that smooth confidence, and I get up here, and you got to be able to flip the switch. You know, when they start turning your hands, that's not it yet. Don't start doing it. That's when y'all want to do it. You want to get up here and turn out. No, it's too early.
Yeah.
When they go, turn out, about right here. Yeah. Oh, or if you really want to get it down, just go to a referee's grip. That's where 9 out of 10 times, if this guy's giving me a lot of trouble and I don't feel comfortable, I just walk off, chalk up, referee's grip. Now I know when he's gonna say go for sure. You know.
And when it goes to the referee's grip, watch the ref's mouth. Don't worry about what he's doing. You're sitting here just staring at the ref's mouth. Because you can time it, right? He's ready. When you see that, yep, you're gone, bro. Boom. Let them decide if you false started or not.
Yeah, and pay attention to his cadence prior to that. All of them are different. I like the really fast ones. Ready, go. Let's get it
The
out.
ones that give me trouble is the
Yeah.
don't move.
Because it gives you time.
I'm gone 3 times before
Yeah. It gives you time to start loading, and it's harder to time it. You know, I love the European style. They actually, I can't even distinguish the 2 words. Ready, go. It's just,
Yeah.
you know,
I just need to say go.
yeah. Well, it's like
Or a fucking buzzard or something.
for East versus West, they do don't move go because the first part is not a command.
Yeah.
It's like,
Don't move.
yeah.
No, that is a command.
Yeah, well, I might have said it wrong. It's not part of the cadence. I think is how they explain it. Anyway, it's somehow different. I don't see it as different, but you're still saying a word before go. But anyway, yeah, those moves. I guarantee you that move he was doing, it's gonna keep the guy off the back of your hand.
By the way, that move right there works in the strap very well.
Yeah.
Okay? When you put that strap on and he starts squeezing right there, it's going to push him down in your hand and make you where you can.
And timing on that, when he's pulling the strap, don't do it the whole time. When he starts to pull the strap, boom, even on the bad side. You know, if I'm on the bad side, I can still push in and push with these fingers down as he's tightening. You know, and that's the key, really. Same way with this one. I think we put the strap on to show this one. Same thing. On the good side, it's the same movement. You know, I might not push out quite as much. I'm gonna push up a little more. But
Timing.
work on your timing. Work on your concealing your moves better. All these things play a huge factor. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. This guy. Roll Tide, baby.